How do you schedule it? So, like, even if you aren't streaming, it'll still do it? That's sick. And won't just automatically just start all of a sudden? Oh, I found a video on Jen's
Cashback as a new
school
cardholder,
experience.
and
It'll still do it. That's sick. And won't just automatically just start all of a sudden?
Copy of Fredbear, followed
I
by
found a video on
hippo,
Jen's
an elephant,
Cashback is a new cardholder,
I can
and
hear your
4
entire
Fall
voice,
Fest,
like,
and
just
all
repeating
with slightly different
what happened,
designs
like,
to
10 minutes
avoid
ago.
copyright
That's sick.
issues.
And
But
won't
while
just
the rival
automatically
company
just
was
start
able
all
to
of a
replicate the designs, they could not replicate Henry's
I found a
state-of-the-art
video on
technology.
Jen's
Their
Cashback
robots
is a new
were
cardholder,
poorly
I
made
can
and
hear
had to have
your
giant
entire
batteries
wallpaper.
with exposed wires on stage with them.
You can hear it
Naturally,
twice?
the rival company
Like me
failed
too?
and ended up being bought out by
can hear it
Fazbear
twice as well.
Entertainment. With all of the success from Fredbear's Family Diner, William and Henry their robots were poorly
Okay,
made.
Aiden, I can hear everything, dude. Just
Had
go into the
exposed
other part and mute
wires
it.
on stage with them.
You can hear it
Naturally, the
twice?
rival company
Like me
failed
too?
and success from Fredbear's Family.
Why do I keep
branch
hearing
out and
myself? It's
create
an
more
echo of what
characters
happened
for a
earlier,
new
bro.
Restaurant. In 1983, William and Henry opened Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, featuring Freddy Fazbear, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. With the opening of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, Fazbear Entertainment was experiencing success like they've never seen before. But with 2 restaurants now open at the same time,
hearing myself.
more success also meant more work for William and Henry. The duo were so wrapped up in work that they started neglecting their own
not
families.
live, that's why it's like
William
weird.
was the father of 3 kids, the eldest, Michael, the crying child, and Elizabeth. The crying child has yet to have a 100% confirmed name, so for this video, he will just be called the crying child. Meanwhile, Henry had 1 kid, a daughter named Charlie. The business partners spent most of their days working, so they both created different ways of taking care of their kids. Henry was the robotics genius, so he used his talents to create a new animatronic to watch Charlie for him. It was called the security puppet. This animatronic would sit by the door of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and make sure that Charlie wasn't able to leave the building. This made it so Charlie could play at the restaurant while Henry worked, without Henry having to worry about her leaving the building
sorry, I don't
or
wanna watch
getting
this video, bro.
kidnapped. The robot was linked directly to a green bracelet that Charlie was wearing. If
Why don't we
Charlie,
live
wearing
stream
the green
Fortnite, bro? You
bracelet,
can live stream
tried leaving
Fortnite.
the
That'd be
building,
fun.
the security puppet would spring into
You don't?
action.
You
William,
played it
on
with me the other
hand, was
day.
the businessman of the company. He cared
Yeah.
more about making money, but also saving money. Naturally, he decided
like
to just
Fortnite no
force
more?
his eldest son Michael to babysit
Okay,
while he
you
was
wanna
at
just-
work. Michael was
can we
mostly
play
in
a
charge
game?
of
'Cause-
babysitting the crying child. The crying child didn't have
me
many
check if they
friends,
added One
but he
Piece
did
yet.
have a close relationship with his plushies.
They had One
These
Piece,
plushies
really
were
quiet.
of characters from his favorite show, Fredbear and
Uh,
Friends,
yeah,
Fazbear
new- I
Entertainment's
think they did
newest
actually have One
cartoon,
Piece, I'm
featuring
pretty sure, I don't
Fredbear,
remember.
Freddy, Bonnie,
check.
Chica, and Foxy. The crying
check
child's
that, 'cause
favorite
they did add a
character,
new
though, was
collab. What did they
Fredbear.
add?
He especially loved his Fredbear plushie.
did they
Although
add?
he loved the plushie version of the characters, the
So
animatronics
Diddy
would
is in
soon
Fort
become
Dix
a different
prison in
story.
North
One day,
Carolina.
while
I bet
visiting
you didn't know
Fredbear's
that.
Family Diner, the crying child saw
Yeah.
something that would scar him for the rest of his life.
You know what
While
I'm gonna
wandering
play?
the restaurant, he walked by the
One
employees
Piece
only
Bounty
room,
Rush, 'cause
where
I'm trying to get that
luring and
bounty.
storage tanks. Circus Baby, the star
myself.
Yeah, it's on.
There was screaming for a
Okay, I'm gonna
moment,
get that bounty
but
on
only for
One
a
Piece
moment.
Bounty Rush.
In an instant, Elizabeth was grabbed by Circus Baby
Should I
and
get
thrown
Clash of
into her
Clans on my
stomach hatch.
laptop?
The sheer force of her being grabbed and thrown into the robot's storage tank was enough to kill her almost instantly.
My favorite song of
This
all
is
time.
something
Hold
that
up, I gotta
William
play it. I
wasn't
gotta
able
find
to
it.
test. That was until his daughter became the test. William Afton now lost another one of his kids. But
Best song
this
ever,
time,
listen.
it was all his fault. After just one day of being open, Circus Baby's Pizza World was shut down. Afton covered up the incident by telling
Sorry,
the
I'm
public
blasting
that the
my mic,
restaurant
bro.
shut
So
down
peak.
due to gas leaks. But not everyone bought that story. The
uncle's
local
playing
newspaper wrote about the incident,
Once in a
saying in
Lifetime.
other
What are we
news, the
playing
grand opening of Circus Baby's Pizza World has apparently been canceled due to reported gas leaks in the building. Sources close to the establishment questioned the report, saying that strange
Hello?
activity around the area at night suggests something else is to blame. One local is quoted as saying, "Everything just stopped. There was so much excitement built around this place opening happening, and
I
then they
joined
just
to
stopped
see
talking
Armor
about
Force.
it. A tenant from across the street claims to have
I joined
witnessed
my-
a
I
large
joined my
group of
uncle's to get
cars
Armor
surrounding the building during the night,
I don't know what he's
and
talking.
large pieces of equipment
I
being
joined my
taken
uncle
out
in
of the building
Fortnite. I
under
don't know.
tarps. A few weeks later,
I don't
the
think he
building
knows
was for
about
sale.
voice
There
chat.
is no
I'm pretty sure he
comment yet
does,
from the local
obviously,
entrepreneur
but
who financed the venture.
Yeah,
That local
insane.
entrepreneur, William Afton, successfully covered up everything.
no.
He was able to
He
bring
liked it. He
Circus
played it
Baby
because
and the
Simpsons.
Funtime animatronics
He has
back
Power
down
Rangers
into
now.
his bunker. But once he got
They
them
let
there,
Animatronic
he
now?
noticed something was different
Oh
about
yeah, they added
Circus Baby. One
Nickelodeon. They
distinct
added
feature about
Danny
Circus Baby
Phantom.
was her blue eyes. But what once was blue
Shut
eyes
up.
now
Nig,
were
nig, nig,
green,
nig,
the
nig,
same
nig,
color as
Nickelodeon.
Elizabeth's. In that moment, he
Oh!
knew that his daughter's soul
They added,
attached itself to the robot.
They added
Her
Shake to the
soul
Max.
lived on
Go on
in
to their
Circus
knees,
Baby.
baby. Shake it to
Afton
the
knew
max.
that the way
When do
Charlie
they add
went
that?
on
Is
to
that
possess
now?
the puppet was sloppy, and it was hard to
Oh, good, you're
recreate
back.
without getting caught. But what if the kids' bodies were hidden where no one
Honey.
would ever look? What if,
Touch,
just
touch,
like his
touch,
daughter,
touch.
their bodies were stuffed into the animatronics? For
Yeah.
Afton, Elizabeth's death quickly went from just another inconvenience
Oh, they added Power
to a
Rangers, so my uncle
scientific
just bought 'em.
breakthrough. Afton was one step closer to harnessing the
added that
power of life itself.
back.
But one successful experiment
Uncle just
wasn't
bought
enough.
it.
Just like the fear
Power Rangers
experiments he
stuff.
built in the bunker, he needed to
Brought it back.
replicate exactly
bought it.
what happened. He needed to recreate.
They have Chica.
Elizabeth's
I love
death
Chica.
quickly went from just
Her-
another,
her name's-
and
Oh,
he
they added-
knew
her name's
exactly
Girl.
how he was going to do it. Using the Funtime animatronics again wasn't an
Chica.
option. Circus Baby's Pizza World was shut down, and the public was already getting too suspicious of the animatronics. But he didn't need the Funtime animatronics. He was going to run the experiment himself.
I'm gonna play
On
some
June
Fortnite
26th,
Zero Build.
1985, William Afton made his way to Freddy Fazbear's
What?
Pizza.
1985,
There, he would
what?
put on the old spring Bonnie suit from Fredbear's to lure 5 kids into the back room.
I was watching the live stream. I was. I'm playing Fortnite now. Well, you still have it up, right? In case I want to check in it. Okay, thank you. You know, I can't really sit there for an hour straight unless I'm on. Okay, thank you. Okay, if I joined on my TV, I would probably watch it, but you know,
Looking for a friend?
yeah. If I did, I'd probably be on my TV watching. But yeah. What? I got a knife. Oh, you were just talking about that. You know what? We can play break rigs later, right, Aiden? Right, my guy? Yeah, okay. Just tell me when it's over. I'll join in. You know, I might just play Fortnite Festival, dude. Screw it. I might just play Fortnite Festival.
One by one,
stop
Afton
it,
killed
Woody.
them
There you
and
go.
stuffed their bodies into the animatronics. Susie was first, being stuffed into Chica. Gabriel went into Freddy, Jeremy into Bonnie, Fritz into Foxy, and then there was Cassidy,
How do I do
who
that in
went
real life,
into
though?
Fredbear, aka Golden Freddy. At this point, Afton had no idea that the crying child spirit was in
Sorry, I'm
Golden
getting a
Freddy,
phone call.
so
My
he
bad,
didn't
bro.
think
My
twice
bad, my
about
bad. I was
shoving
getting a phone
Cassidy
call.
in there. The way Afton killed Cassidy, though, was
like I
different
totally
from the rest.
intentionally
Freddy,
blasted that in
Bonnie,
my
Chica,
mic.
and Foxy were just regular
Totally.
animatronics. Afton had no choice but to kill them,
like-
then stuff them into the suits. But
I'm gonna make that my
Golden Freddy
ringtone
wasn't
from now
just a
on, you know
regular
what? That's fair.
animatronic, it was a Springlock suit. The same
making that
Springlock
my
suit
ringtone.
that took his youngest son's life. Afton was aware of how dangerous the Springlocks were. Any bit of moisture or too much movement would cause them to snap shut, slowly killing whoever was inside. So that's exactly
That'd
what
be a
he
good
did
ringtone,
to
bro. How do you feel about
Cassidy.
that?
He put him into the suit and watched as the Springlocks snapped shut, cementing Cassidy's death
How do you
as
feel
the
about
most
that being my
brutal
ringtone?
of them all. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Golden Freddy weren't the only animatronics sitting in the back room of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, though. They were joined by the security puppet, which contained the soul of Henry's daughter, Charlie. Once Afton was gone, Charlie jumped into action, almost acting as a guide for their souls, properly giving them life inside of each animatronic. After the incident, the kids were quickly
I'm a
reported
bus
missing by their
driver, yeah.
families. And
In
although the
Fortnite
security cameras caught Afton luring the kids away, he wasn't able to fully
try to
get in
get into,
trouble. Since he was wearing the spring
Wait,
Bonnie
you
suit,
gotta
they
win
were
this
never
season, right?
able to prove it was actually him. Afton
gotta
also
win this
hid the
season,
kids'
right?
bodies where no one would ever look, so the bodies were never found. Unbelievably, Afton was able to get away with yet another crime. Because of all the bad press that came from the missing children's incident, incident, people stopped coming to the pizzeria. After months of customers no longer showing up, Fazbear Entertainment officially shut down Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Shortly after the pizzeria shut down, Afton decided to pull the Funtime animatronics out of retirement and finally get his underground facility fully operational. He knew he couldn't try opening another Circus Babies restaurant, so he had a new idea.
Due to the massive success and even more so the unfortunate closing of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, it was clear that the stage was set, no pun intended, for another contender in children's entertainment. Unlike most entertainment venues, our robotic entertainers are rented out for private parties during the day.
Afton opened Circus Babies Entertainment and Rental. This way, he could rent out the Funtime animatronics to local birthday parties, capture kids, and bring them back to his underground bunker to be experimented on. While Afton was running his rental business, Fazbear Entertainment was determined to try opening another pizzeria. In the summer of 1987, Fazbear Entertainment opened the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, this time with brand new versions of their original characters. These were called the Toy Animatronics, and they were once again built by Henry. Henry was aware of what happened in 1985, and especially of what happened to his daughter, so he was determined to make sure that never happened again. These new toy animatronics were equipped with facial recognition systems that were linked directly to a criminal database. The security puppet was also brought out of retirement, but instead of working security, it sat quietly in the prize corner. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, Golden Freddy, and Spring Bonnie were also moved to the new pizzeria, and it's revealed that these animatronics were mostly used for spare parts.
By now, I'm sure you've noticed the older models sitting in the back room. Those are from the previous location, and we just use them for parts now. The idea at first was to repair them, but they were just so ugly, you know? And the smell.
This means that the haunted metal of the original Freddy's animatronics was now being put into the toy animatronics, causing the toys to also now be possessed. After Afton got away with the first set of murders, he needed to see if the kids' spirits were possessing the animatronics. In order to see for himself, Afton went back to work at the new pizzeria as a daytime security guard. While Afton was working the day shift, Jeremy Fitzgerald was working the night shift. Jeremy worked there for 5 nights, and unfortunately for him, because the kids possessing the animatronics were killed by an adult, they were extremely aggressive to any adult they encountered.
They interact with the kids just fine, but when they encounter an adult, they just stare.
Meanwhile, Afton decided to pull the same trick he did at the old Freddy's location, gaining 5 more victims.
Someone used one of the suits. We had a spare in the back, a yellow one. Someone used it.
Afton used the Spring Bonnie suit to pull the same stunt again on 5 more kids. But as he was committing the murders, Charlie from inside the puppet was actively trying to save the kids. She tried enlisting the help of the other animatronics, but it was too late. Afton had already finished what he started. Not only that, him seeing the puppet and Freddy walking around the pizzeria trying to stop him was all the proof he needed that his experiments were successful. The kids he put into the original suits were haunting the animatronics. But there was one problem. Afton knew that the haunted metal of the endoskeletons was the key to everything, but the animatronics were trapped at the pizzeria. There was no way he could bring them back to his underground bunker. He couldn't get to the animatronics if the pizzeria was still open and active, so he needed to find a way to make sure the pizzeria shuts down and fast. Instead of stuffing the new set of victims into the toy animatronics, he decided to leave the kids out in plain sight, scattered throughout the pizzeria. This was a guaranteed way to get the pizzeria shut down. A few hours after Afton committed the murders, Jeremy Fitzgerald showed up for his night shift, unaware of what happened that day.
Hello. What on earth are you doing there? Didn't you get the memo? The place is closed down, at least for a while. Listen, just finish your shift. It's safer than trying to leave in the middle of the night. We have one more event scheduled for tomorrow, a birthday. You'll be on day shift. Wear your uniform. Stay close to the animatronics and make sure they don't hurt anyone, okay?
The next day, during Jeremy's day shift, one of the animatronics bit him in the head. This was infamously known as the Bite of 87. Meanwhile, Afton successfully got the pizzeria shut down. The local newspaper wrote about the incident, saying, after being open only a few short weeks, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is closing its doors. The new animatronics will be scrapped due to possible malfunctions. However, the original characters are being kept in hopes of a possible reorganization of the company. Since the toy animatronics were now being scrapped, trapped, he knew he could get away with taking their endoskeletons. But he also knew that he couldn't risk showing his face at the pizzeria again, so he got his oldest son Michael to do the work for him. William was easily able to get Michael to do whatever he wanted. William was abusive and manipulative, while Michael was haunted by the guilt of what he did to his younger brother. Because of this, Michael basically acted as William's puppet. Michael showed up for the night shift at the now closed Freddy Fazbear's Pizza under a code name, Fritz Smith. At the end of his shift, he would successfully steal the toy animatronics endoskeletons for his father, causing him to get fired his first day on the job due to tampering with the animatronics. As it said in the local newspaper, while Fazbear Entertainment scrapped the toy animatronics, the original Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy were going to be fixed up and reused. And that's exactly what they did. After the 1987 Freddy's location shut down, they opened yet another location, this time using the exact same building as the first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. As you can imagine, this didn't work out great for the business. People already had a bad impression of Fazbear Entertainment, so using the same building that the original murders took place in didn't help business. Customers barely showed up to the new pizzeria, leading it to shut down by the end of 1993. Although this was bad news for Fazbear Entertainment, this was great news for William Afton. Afton was able to acquire the endos of the toy animatronics, but that wasn't enough. He needed all of the haunted endoskeletons, especially the ones in the original animatronics. Once the pizzeria shut down, Afton came up with a plan to steal the endos from the animatronics. Each pizzeria was designed with something called a safe room.
As always, if there is ever an emergency, please go to the designated safe room. Every location is built with one extra room that is not included in the digital map layouts programmed into the animatronics or security system. This room is hidden to customers, invisible to animatronics, and is always off camera.
This room was hidden from guests and invisible to the animatronics. Afton would use this to his advantage, luring each of the animatronics to the safe room and dismantling them one by one. The kids possessing these animatronics were the same kids he lured into the back room all those years ago. He planned to use the same trick to lure the same kids all over again.
In my system. Hello? See if you're there. Yo, you still here? Okay. I'm gonna see if I can join a tournament Sunday morning. My mom said, where's the money gonna go if I win? I don't know. I'm gonna try to win the money. This is up 13. You wanna try to do a duos tournament together? No? What about the money though? The money. I'm gonna try to grind Fortnite and try to get money. If the Mr. Beast tournament comes back, you know what's gonna happen, right?
Once he finished dismantling each animatronic and stealing their endoskeleton, he brought them down to his underground bunker, where he would melt them all down into one liquid substance called remnant. Not only did Afton rob these kids of their lives, he would use their souls long after they're gone for his own personal gain.
I play ranked. Why am I playing ranked? There's so many sweats in ranked. They're all put in bronze 1, which makes it even worse. They're all like sweating on me. I suck. Why'd I choose ranked of all game modes? I thought ranked would be easier, you know, but apparently it's not. Yeah, ranked 0, little. No, I'm not playing ranked. I'm playing regular. I'm not playing regular. I got shot off from the bat during ranked. Ranked is like dangerous to play right now. I keep getting shot out from the bat while he sweats. The game, my GPU's not that good either. crap, I'm getting shot at from Mo. I'm getting shot at from Mo, and I just died. Serious. He knew I was here, but I never just jumped in. What are you doing? Can I go down 6? Can I go to unranked again? Is that even possible? Aiden, hello? Sorry, why don't you just keep your thing on open? So, what's your opinion? Do you think I can go back down to unranked?
By melting down the endos, he
bronze.
successfully created Remnant. This substance,
back down
containing
rank.
the spirits of all of the missing children,
I'm at
was
12%.
silver
What
in
if I just
color,
keep
and
going
if
down
kept at the
until
right
he gets
temperature,
unranked
was
again, so I can actually
malleable.
get a
Afton
good
didn't
play.
want to risk testing the Remnant on himself, so he
In my
injected it into the
system.
Funtime animatronics. Once he did, the
yeah, that's right,
animatronics
keep
jumped to
on,
life.
keep
The
on,
experiment
keep on,
had worked. William Afton unlocked the power of life itself. After his successful experiment, he went back to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza to collect
it's a
his
good
old
one.
spring
Okay,
Bonnie
what else should I
suit.
add?
But once he got there, he was met with the spirits of the 5 missing
sus.
children,
No, it's not a
trapping
good
him inside the safe room. Cassidy, the
Wiener-
spirit
Wiener is a
inside
good
Golden
one.
Freddy,
That's
chased
3.
Afton around the
Bryce,
room and
2.
forced him to get into the spring Bonnie suit. Cassidy was the most vengeful spirit of them all. Being spring-locked in the Fredbear suit was a painful and slow death, and he wanted to make sure that Afton knew what that felt like. At this point, Afton knew how a spirit could live on. As long as he was inside the suit, he knew he'd be back.
In my system. I'm gonna try doing the bush camp dad method because it works every time.
As Afton laughed, the spring
my
locks snapped
sister.
shut, forcing him to go through what Cassidy went through. This was an
My
act of revenge
sister.
by Cassidy, and it wouldn't be the last. Afton was now confined to the safe room of the now shut down Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and because of this, everything in his underground bunker was left abandoned. But
My
even with Afton
sister.
gone, the rental business continued on its own. All of the Funtime
gotta get
animatronics
shit,
containing the spirits
yo.
of the missing
I love
children
shit,
and
yo.
even his daughter Elizabeth were
shit,
still
yo.
being rented out during the day and then brought right back down to the bunker. All the spirits wanted to do was escape, but they were always put back
Why is so many car
underground.
parts
After
everywhere?
Afton went missing, his
Fortnite
eldest son
Chapter 7's
Michael,
a
who's
little
been
laggy,
blindly
let's just
helping
say
his
that.
father, remembered what his father
I kill
told
someone,
him
it
if he
lags
ever
my
went
game
missing.
out. It's
If
like,
William wasn't there to finish his work, Michael would do it for him. Afton's underground
mid-fight
facility
on my
was always
laptop and I'll
off
just
limits to
die.
Michael, but since he was now gone,
doesn't say
Michael
chat,
had no
anything.
choice. He took the elevator down to where his father worked every day. Although Michael was helping out his father by stealing some of the
Big bad
endos from the
gamer guys.
animatronics back in the day, he never exactly knew what William was doing until he got down into the bunker.
Got him. Double kill. Double elim. Double elim. That's crazy. Double elim's crazy in the same game. That's nice. I can get 0 eliminations.
Over the several
I thought
days
I
he
got
visited
my
the bunker,
wingsuits
he
and
learned
fly
more
away.
about what his father was up to. He learned about the massive facility his father built, complete with multiple rooms conducting fear experiments. He learned the truth behind the Funtime animatronics and how they were actually designed to kidnap kids. And he learned through the voice of Baby exactly how his sister died.
A little girl, standing by herself, my
Kids
stomach
building or your
open,
kids building?
and there was ice cream. I couldn't move.
Just got
At
hide in the
least,
dumpster.
not until she stepped closer.
But as the week went on, Baby was conducting a plan of her own, a plan to escape the bunker using Michael's body. Elizabeth was no longer the person
shooting
Michael
best-
remembered
best
her
place I've
as.
ever
She was
heard.
entirely devoted to her father and would do anything
This gun
to make
sucks
him proud
without,
of her. At the end of the week, all of the Funtime animatronics endos were scooped out, with all of them combining
This gun's
into
not
one
bad, actually.
animatronic called Ennard. This creature, containing the spirits of the missing kids and Elizabeth, knew they wouldn't be able to escape the bunker looking like an animatronic. They needed a human
Where
body
is he
to
shooting
walk
from?
around in.
Got him. Okay. It's a pretty good kill though.
You are in the
Nice kill for
scooping
me.
room now.
I heal with this.
Funtime Foxy has already been here
Yeah.
today.
Okay. Let me just reload this thing.
Funtime Freddy has already been here today. Allura has
lit a
already
campfire for
been
nothing.
here today. Circus Baby has already been here today. I've been out before, but they always put me back. They always put us back inside. There's nowhere for us to hide here. There is nowhere to go when we look like this.
Got him.
But if we looked like
Is he a gold player? No, that's okay.
then we could hide.
Wait, so if I jump
If
off
we
first
look
game,
like
apparently
you,
if I get flat or
Then
something
we would
crazy,
have somewhere to go.
you gotta
The
just jump off the
scooper only
mountain first
hurts
try.
for a moment.
I need ammo, dude. Where can I get ammo at?
Michael Afton's insides got scooped out
Need
and
ammo.
replaced by Ennard,
I
helping
need
all of the
ammo.
souls to escape the facility. With every passing day after this happened, Michael looked more and more like a walking zombie. His skin was starting to turn purple, and people started to
do you feel
notice.
about
Michael's
that?
body was no longer
The perfect crunch with no artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. Tostitos, made the traditional way.
a
Jeez.
good disguise for Ennard, so Ennard ejected itself from Michael. But because the scooper was also a remnant injector, when Michael Afton was scooped, he was also injected with remnant. The remnant made it so even after Ennard was gone, he was still
why is he
able to
showing my reticle,
survive.
dude?
With Michael now back in
He's not showing on my reticle, dude. Where'd he go?
full control of his body,
crap, he's
he
behind
had
me.
a
He's
new
behind me.
mission. Although
Where'd he
he
go? Is he
did,
up there?
one way or
Oh, crap,
another,
he's up there.
successfully free his sister from the underground
Where the hell is he
facility,
coming
he
from?
also learned about all of his father's terrible misdeeds.
Holy crap,
His
where the hell
loyalty
is
to
he
his
coming
father
from?
turned to disgust. It was time
Like,
for him
on the
to
roof,
end
but,
all of
like,
this.
Father,
Where's he coming
it's
from?
me, Michael.
I guess no one knows.
I did it. I found it. It was right where you said it
I
would
just
be.
claim my
They were all
twin souls.
there. They didn't recognize me at first, but then
Okay.
they thought I was you.
I got all the get the music past
And
clean.
I found her. I put her back together, just like you asked me to.
Pure fire thing.
She's free now. But something is wrong with me. I should be dead, but I'm not.
I'm on page 2 of the battle pass now.
I've been living in shadows. There is only one thing left for me to do now. I'm going to come find you. I'm going to come find you.
Michael would spend years searching for his father with no luck, until a new ad in the local newspaper caught his attention. Someone decided to open something called Fazbear's Fright, the horror attraction. Local amusement park is getting ready to scare
they
your
made it
socks
so they can
off
actually
with a
claim
new
anything you
attraction
want.
based on the unsolved mysteries of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Featuring actual relics from the decades-old pizzeria, this new attraction is guaranteed to
Yeah,
bring
so you
back
can
your
claim whatever
childhood
order
in the
you
worst
want,
possible
except for that
way.
one.
As if
And
using the
play
crimes of his
5.
father to make a profit
claim
wasn't bad
anything you
enough,
want
they
next
also
to
went back to the old pizzerias and collected any
That's
objects
cool, I
they
guess.
could find to put on display at the attraction. Michael immediately applied for the job of the security guard with the sole intention of burning the place to the ground. When he got there, he saw the remnants of his past, the shells of all of the animatronics, missing every single one of their endoskeletons. He knew they could only find the shells of the
Season's probably the
animatronics
best
because
season
he and
ever
his
played in my
father
life.
stole their endoskeletons all those years ago, leaving only the shells
At the-
behind. On day 2 of working at the attraction, he
Stranger
got word
Things
that
map?
they found
Is
a
it Stranger
real
Things map?
animatronic.
You're not gonna believe this.
Basically,
We
Stranger
found
Things
one.
map. This is
A real one.
This real animatronic ended up
Stranger
being
Things stuff
his
is-
father,
Skip
still
into it, why is
inside
that
the
then?
spring Bonnie suit he died in decades ago. Even though his father was now in the building with him, he still decided to go through on his plan, all in an effort to end his father once and for all. Michael then rigged the wiring in the building to catch fire, burning the
why am I
horror
playing
attraction to
Blitz?
the ground with his
Blitz is so
father
easy to win.
inside.
Holy crap, I'm gonna play Blitz actually. For like 10 5-minute matches, I'm gonna play Blitz and get all my wins. Oh yeah, it's all Stranger Things maps. That's insane.
The local newspaper would write about the fire, saying a new
Hawkins.
local
Wait, is it
attraction based
Hawkins?
on an ancient pizzeria chain burned down overnight. Authorities have not
Yeah, the
ruled
entire
out
map
foul
is Stranger
play, but
Things
at the
themed.
moment it seems to have been caused by faulty
Why does it
wiring.
look
Although
real,
the
though?
fire destroyed most of everything in
Fortnite
the
style.
building, William, miraculously, was able to survive. William was now
Oh, God,
free,
why is it
roaming
like-
the
I have a
outside
gun already?
world along with the souls of the missing children, Elizabeth, and Charlie inside the puppet. Since
Okay, so
Michael
easy.
wasn't able to end everything, someone else needed to step
I
in.
got that
That
gun.
someone was Henry Emily.
Okay, so I already
Afton's
have
old
guns. We
business
all have
partner
guns.
and
This is
father of
good.
Charlie heard about the fire
I
at
drive.
Fazbear's
Is that your
Fright,
dad?
along with the
Aiden.
rumors of
I hear you, Dad. I heard your dad. Our boy. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go. Where's the? No, what actually? I can't build. What the fuck, dude? I can't build. In my system.
I added a twist to the lamb party we had here at the office to celebrate Thanksgiving. This time we added handicaps, and some of them sucked. Every person just had to roll the dice one total time, and that determined what handicap they'd have to apply for the next hour of gaming. Despite our benchmarker Sam bringing in this absolute tank 5080 Doom PC, he got bottlenecked with a 20-inch 900p 75Hz monitor, and somehow he still topped the leader.
I hate when a girl calls me twin. Bro, we are not twins. My eyelashes are longer than yours, and my waist is more stacked.
Fortnite just tweeted, check Twitter? Bro, what are you guys talking about? Are you kidding me? No, I'm getting trolled. No, I'm getting trolled right now. Soon in the shop, the youngest icon ever, Louis, Courage JD, no. How is he getting an icon skin before me, bro? He's not even 6 months old. Check Twitter? Bro, what are you guys talking about? Are you kidding me?
Is in the shop? Let's see.
How to do the Van Halen guitar jump? In
Switch to Google.
Shake, 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 now bounce, 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 now bounce that ass, bounce that ass, bounce, 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 bounce. Claim her like who is that? Messi like who is that? Hat tricks are coming back. Cristiano Ronaldo. Sorry. Let's play football. World Cup, World Cup, World Cup, World Cup. Hey, bustin' ass in the motherfucker, now you got it, lady, you better make sound. Act like you got it now, like baby girl, you got it now. Girl, I want it now. Girl, I want it now. Girl, I want it now, like fuck that nigga, got it now. Hey, yeah, shot, she a baddie, rocks the lean. Let me take her to the back, she wanna look at me. Yeah, shot, bear out, movie scene. Baby, let's turn up in this party.
Why do you timer the cream? Your fans look like that. I know y'all know exactly what I'm saying when I say that. Also, one more thing.
Yeah. pennies and all of that. Dun, dun. Pennies I would kind of enabling it's all day. Yeah, yeah. Empty out the pockets, I did all that. The millions, then I fall back. Niggas chameleons, they change to change. That's right. Crap, I was what? Come on. Oh, dude, I'm out. I'm out. Got him. Hello, Aiden? Are you still there? I forgot you were here. You still here? Freddy Fazbear box at Popeyes. A Freddy fun. Dropped at Pop Size. I need to get it. I mean, sorry, Pop Jones. Doing good. Oh crap. Let me just fly away because I'm getting shot at. Totally good. Thanks. Crap. Crap, I activated it. Escape this hell. I just stuck at Fortnite, bro. I swear to God. It's 8:25. Okay, hold up. I need to add my wallpaper, Steam. Dude, how you were gone? Where were you? Oh, you did? That took forever. Your dog what crap? Bro, upstairs? Okay, dude. He a boy. Boy. You know.
The various animatronic creatures.
Okay, pause it real quick. Hold up. I'm placing the music and playing Fortnite right now, bro. I can't get first place in Blitz, bro. This sucks. Like, you getting like 5th place. I suck. You want to join? You want help? You want to help? You want to help? You want to help me play Fortnite?
Creatures
now
now
help me
roaming.
defeat Wagon? You want me to defeat Wagon? I'm not in yet. Hold up. Let me switch to the live stream real quick. Oh, wait. I can just go to Steam chat and get the link. Hold up. Hold on. Oh my God, I hear it. So, you want to help me play Fortnite?
The streets. Henry was determined to put an end to all of this.
It's only now that I understand the depth of the depravity of this creature, this monster that I
so apparently
unwillingly
Courage's
helped
dog
to
is
create.
getting
As if what he had already done
Courage.
wasn't enough. He found a new way to desecrate, to humiliate, to destroy. As if the suffering wasn't enough. The loss of innocence, the loss of everything to so many people. Small souls trapped in prisons of my making, now set to new purpose, and used in ways I never thought imaginable. He lured them all back to a familiar place, back with familiar tricks. He brought them all together. Are they still aware? I hope not. It keeps me awake at night. I could make myself sleep, but not yet.
So, dude,
not until I undo what he has done and heal this wound. A wound first inflicted on me, but then one that I let bleed out to cause
what do you
all
mean a
of
video?
this.
Like,
He
did
set
all
some
these
kind
clips
of
are
trap.
actually a part
I
of
don't
something?
know what it was, but he led them there.
So did someone make the animation of the
overpowered
clips
them.
where it shows all
Again.
the Five Nights at Freddy's
And he robbed
characters and
them
stuff?
of the only thing that they had. Again.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how
but you
those
know where a
tiny
video
breaths
shows
of
where like
life came to
where the
inhabit
Five
those
Nights, like
machines.
the explosions,
They will never find
the
rest now.
you see
Not
the
like
clips
this.
that are going
I have
on.
to
Look at
call them
this.
all
Like you
back.
see this, Aiden?
All of them. Together
Like did he
in
animate
one
everything
place.
himself?
By
Did he
gathering
animate
all of
this
the
himself?
animatronics in one place and locking them in the same room, he would
Like,
be
is this
able
actually
to
a part of
burn them
Five
all
Nights at
to the
Freddy's
ground
game?
for good, effectively freeing their spirits in the process. In
Where are
order
they
to do
from? How
this,
do you get
Henry
them?
created a new restaurant called Freddy Fazbear's
That's what I just
Pizza
asked,
Place.
and you never
he
said
knew that
anything.
the spirits and
Oh,
William
you did say
couldn't
yes, sorry.
resist coming back to a new location, even if it was all just a trap. Charlie was different though. She was smarter than the rest, so Henry knew she wouldn't be as easily fooled. So he created created an animatronic called Lefty, standing for Lore, Encapsulate, Fuse, Transport, and Extract, specifically to capture the puppet and bring it to the pizzeria. While trying to find someone that would help him carry out his plan, one person showed up for the job. A person who was also determined to finally end all of this, Michael Afton. Day after day, the animatronics roaming the streets would show up in the alleyway next to the pizzeria. Baby, aka Elizabeth, the souls of the missing children, and the crying child, now appearing as Molten Freddy, Charlie and Lefty, and his father, William, all showed up in the back alley. Michael would then collect each animatronic and throw them into a facility under the pizzeria, designed to be a maze with no exit, where the animatronics would roam around without even knowing they're trapped, until the end of the week, where they would all be burned to the ground. With all of the souls, including William himself, now in one place, Henry's plan was in motion. As far as Elizabeth and William were concerned, this was a good thing. All of this remnant now in one place was all that they wanted, until Henry stepped in.
You played right into our hands. Did you really think that this job just fell out of the sky for you? No. This was a gift for us. You gathered them all together in one place.
Have you already seen this video before?
He asked you to. All of those little souls in one place, just for us. A gift. Now we can do what we were created to do and be complete. I will make you proud, Daddy. Watch, listen, and be full.
Connection terminated. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Elizabeth, if you still even remember that name, but I'm afraid you've been misinformed. You are not here to receive a gift, nor have you been called here by the individual you assume, although you have indeed been called. You have all been called here, into a labyrinth of sounds and smells, misdirection, and misfortune. A labyrinth with no exit, a maze with no prize.
How do I make the quality better? Can I only do 720?
Your lust for blood has driven you in endless circles, chasing the cries of children in some unseen chamber.
Dude, why is it the max?
So near, yet somehow out of reach.
This
but
sucks.
you will never find them.
This resolution sucks. Did you make it? Did you make yours? Like, what's the maximum you can go up to? 4K? Go to. I can't make it any higher than that.
This is where your story ends.
Yeah, it's gonna look bad on my screen anyway.
Who somehow found this job listing not intended for you.
Can you only go up to 1720 on the live
stream? For you. I have a feeling that's not what you want. I have a feeling that you are right where you want to be.
Oh yeah, 'cause it's live.
I am remaining as well. I am nearby. This place will not be remembered, and the memory of everything that started this can finally begin to fade away, as the agony of every tragedy should.
The voices, dude, are so
And to you
delayed.
monsters trapped in the corridors, be still, and give up your spirits. They don't belong to you.
Or how long is the video until it ends, right?
There is peace, and perhaps more, waiting for you after the smoke clears. Although for one of you, the darkest pit of hell has opened to swallow you whole. So don't keep the devil waiting, old friend. My daughter, if you can hear me, I knew you would return as well. It's in your nature to protect the innocent. I'm sorry that on that day, the day you were shut out and left to die, no one was there to lift you up into their arms, the way you lifted others into yours. And then, what became of you? I should have known you wouldn't be content to disappear. Not my daughter. I couldn't save you then, so let me save you now. It's time to rest, for you, and for those you have carried in your arms. This ends, for all of us, in communication.
Henry putting fire to the animatronics may have freed the spirits from the metal of the robots, but some of them still needed help actually moving on into the afterlife. This help would come from Charlie. She helped guide the spirits into the robots. Now she would help them move on. In the world of Five Nights at Freddy's, the way a spirit can move on is by them being put into a happy memory. The memory Charlie chose actually comes from the crying child, and the day he got bit. Piece by piece, Charlie put that terrible, shattered memory back together, but this time she would change it into a happy memory. Instead of the crying child getting bit on his birthday, Charlie changed it so that all of the missing kids and Charlie would celebrate him, giving him a giant birthday cake. By changing that terrible memory into a happy one and attaching all of the spirits to it, they were able to successfully pass into the afterlife.
You want me to wait for the next 7 more minutes or what?
Like I said, they were all able to move on. Except for one.
This is so peak.
Cassidy, the most vengeful spirit of them all, wasn't done yet. He decided to attach his soul to Williams, making sure that William was unable to move on. By attaching his spirit to Williams, he was able to trap Afton in an endless loop of death. He made Afton relive every one of his terrible misdeeds. The fear experiments, his underground bunker, and the pizzeria where Cassidy was killed. Afton experienced all of this while being attacked and killed over and over again by all of the animatronics from his past. Every time an animatronic would attack him, Cassidy would be there, reminding him that the suffering will never end.
Here's a more recent example for 2025. I don't know how they are always able to make like these glasses look good, but I think that has officially ended for 2026. And I'm not even kidding either, because
but I'm not gonna let that happen. I will hold you here.
People are currently
I will keep you here, no matter how many times they burn.
Cassidy knew that Afton didn't deserve the afterlife. He deserved to pay for what he's done for all of eternity.
I mean, welcome to GameStop. How can I help you? Got a bunch of old games and I want to trade them in. Sure, let me check those
If
out.
you keep up with the franchise, you know that that's not the end of the story. Like I said at the beginning of the video, making a FNAF timeline is not easy, no matter what anyone says. In broad strokes, you can explain the basic plot, but once you get down to the motivations and the why of everything, you have to start filling in the blanks yourself. Some people who've helped me fill in the blanks that I'd like to shout out are Right Host for his theory about Cassidy being spring-locked in Golden Freddy. I think that makes a lot of sense and is really satisfying for the narrative. Also, I'd like to shout out MatPat for his theory about Midnight Motorists. After trying to figure that minigame out for years, I think your explanation makes the most sense. It's important for me to say that no one, except for Scott Cawthon himself, knows the exact story he was trying to tell. So please make sure to watch other people's timelines as well, and come to your own conclusion on everything. And when the time is right, I'll be back to tackle the newer games in this franchise. Until then, make sure to subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Why Nick A30 hates Fortnite. Nick A30 likes to keep his stream family friendly. That means no swearing. Take advantage of him. Go, Nick! What? Nick has to trust everyone he brings on stream, and sometimes he gets betrayed.
Get a large stuffed crunch crust for $9.49 from Little Caesars. It has delicious breadcrumbs on a cheese stuffed crust that makes.
Welcome to Deer Hunter Productions. I'm Dinkhead33,
Okay,
and I'll be
please don't
attempting to
do
put
FNAF
together
Lore 2,
a
I
full
swear to God.
timeline of the
Aiden.
Five Nights at Freddy's series.
Aiden.
That's
Dude, no. Aiden, don't play more. You said there was less. I'm not watching more. You said you'd stick with me for the ending. I said I'd stick for the
Right.
ending.
Mainline games, spin-off games, and books that are connected to the games. We're gonna be throwing all of those into one big, happy, messy timeline. I want to start this video by saying that there are a lot of theories and speculation surrounding the series as a whole. So if your timeline looks different from mine, that is perfectly fine.
Like anime.
We all have our own interpretations of the story. This is just the conclusion I reached based on the evidence provided.
I'm
Five
not
Nights
really
at
a FNAF
Freddy's
guy.
follows
I mean,
the
I'll watch
Crooked
the movie,
Fazbear
sure, but
Entertainment, a company
I don't have
founded by
FNAF
inventors and
video
business
games and
partners
stuff.
Henry Emily and Willie Mafton, who was one of the main villains throughout the series.
Aiden.
Not much is known about Afton's early life, but from the Silver Eyes, we can gather that he felt powerless and unappreciated by the world.
Give me your list, and I'll get you something.